Stop letting content creators come on here and tell you guys not to get married.
Women historically have been slaves. I understand there's different forms of slavery, but women, in the true definition of the word, have been enslaved. Marriage was the act of making women property. I personally disagree with the entire construct of marriage. I believe that marriage signifies the ownership of women, and I disagree with it as a concept as a whole. And if you're not new to my page, you know that I have no intention of ever getting married. I relish in the idea of being single. I do not want to have any children. And I relish in the idea that for the first time, I'm one of the first generations of women who have the freedom to not participate in any of those things.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married. I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. The gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage.
You serious?
Pandering and exploiting the fears and traumas of people is a business that would never go away.
I'm tired, boss.
Recently, I came across this influencer named MJ Gray, and I might as well say that she posts things about hating men and hating the idea of marriage because she believes that marriage serves no benefit for the woman. In fact, she might as well say that marriage is like slavery for women. But isn't it interesting how, right now, as I speak to you, this lady is currently engaged? And not only that, she's engaged to this man after being with him allegedly for only 9 months.
You got a bitch fucked up. You hear me? You got me fucked up.
MJ Gray just got engaged. She just got engaged to her boyfriend 9 months, and people are upset. Okay, the internet is not happy this morning. But honestly, for me, it just confirms what we already knew. The women who hate on men, say all men are terrible, don't ever get married, the worst thing you could do as a woman is tie yourself legally to a man. Like, marriage is a sham, I would never get married. Like, the women who yell that the loudest. 30 rolls around, normal human biology.
But in those videos, I made caveats.
Now, the general reaction to this is that people are angry or upset that this lady made so much money, gained so much influence, gained so much fame, speaking to single women or divorced women about why they should never be with a man or why they should never get married. Again,
What an idiot!
and just as she's getting more famous and making more money, she decides to get married. And by the way, the man is going to be the sole provider in this relationship.
Looking to find and marry a rich man just so you can live the soft life is probably the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Now, she comes up with a stupid excuse as to why she's chosen to do this.
Let's just say I'm a special girl.
What are you, retarded?
And what this says is that people can say anything. I can get on this camera, or I can record my voice, as I'm doing right now, and tell you that the sky is red. But only people that want to believe that the sky is red will actually follow me.
You're nothing but another victim.
Only people that want to believe what I'm saying will actually listen to me. MJ Gray is somebody that saw an opportunity and took it, because a lot of women that are mad at this lady or are listening to this lady, a lot of those women are either naive, ignorant, and for lack of better words, okay, you know what? I'm not going to say that. They're just not smart.
You want to know how I really feel? Don't get mad. You're going to get mad. You want to know how I really feel? I feel like you shouldn't get married. And I know I've already said this, but whenever I go to give advice on all these horror stories that I see, whether it be with like Hailey Bieber or other people, I really wish women would stop getting married. And there's always a conversation that's being had around like SW and how like SW sets women back and how it feeds into the patriarchy, and just because a woman chooses to participate in it doesn't mean that it's not still harmful and doesn't mean that it's empowering. And that's a whole nother conversation. But if we're going to say that about SW, I think this is my little opinion. That's probably going to make you mad, but I feel like the same can be said for marriage.
Emotional damage.
It is a privilege that I get to choose not to get married. It is a privilege that I get to choose not to have children. Under certain circumstances, like if you plan on having children, if you plan on living together, if you plan on buying property together, those are the situations where marriage does make sense. I am in a good situation. I'm with someone who is fantastic, and I'm in a good situation. Again, I cannot give you all the details of the situation that I'm in. You just have to take my word for it. Marriage is an antiquated idea that I believe oppresses women and unrefutably has a history and an origination in the oppression of women.
Because you cannot tell me that a fully grown woman that you've never met or that you don't know her history, because she looks a certain way, told you to hate men, and because you've been hurt by either what you have experienced or what you have seen, you chose to live your life on somebody that doesn't know who you are.
This is a sickness, but I enjoy it.
Even though there's a certain level of responsibility that this influencer, this lady should have, it doesn't change from the fact that if there were not people that fell for this nonsense, she would not have a platform. And guess what? It is not our job to police the type of people that can speak on social media, because everybody has access to phones, everybody has access to the internet, so anybody has the freedom to say whatever they want to say, especially when it falls within the guidelines of the social media platform that they're using.
It's an evil world we live in, but hey, I'm gonna keep living.
Wait for a second, I gotta ask a question. Have y'all subscribed to this channel yet? I know you are enjoying this video, so make sure you subscribe so we can fly. Back to the video. It is left to the rest of us, the audience, to know that this is not somebody that you should give your ears to. And the more I hear about these things, the more I see people react the same way, the less empathetic I am for people that actually fall for this nonsense.
Be committed to your values. If you're still buying luxury goods, I don't think you're paying attention.
I bought this bag for $3,000.
If you're not making your food at home, I don't think you're paying attention. We need way less than we think we need.
Losing money if I didn't buy it, frankly. You guys were upset because you felt like that room was not worth the cost. And I hear you, but it is.
Chanel bags are not worth $5,000, but people are going to continue to buy them.
I got the entire outfit from the Devil Wears Prada, the Chanel boots outfit.
I've been buying clothes secondhand much more often.
I'm staying at the Ritz in Paris. Went on a shopping spree.
What's up?
I do not want to wear designer things at all. I'm selling everything designer that I own. You set the example. That's going to promote change.
How many times have we seen people like Myron Gaines and Fresh and Fit get exposed? Andrew Tate get exposed because they mix the truth with lies. They mix the truth to further their terrible behavior. And yet, they still have influence. They still have people that listen to them and support them. The same thing with this lady. And I feel like a lot of people like to reaffirm their misery. There is no possible way that you can become a fan of this lady if you do not want to stay miserable for the rest of your life.
He's right, you know.
For example, maybe not the best example, but I'll give you an example. I have been scammed before doing a business or just trying to buy something that I like. And I got scammed because I fell for the wrong type of product. Now, what I did was I learned my lesson and I took advice from people that helped me so that I can never be scammed again and I can do what I'm doing in the right and best way. What I did not do is go to people that made me never buy the product that I was looking for, that made me never go into business again because they think business is a waste of time. That's what these people are doing.
MJ Gray announces her engagement after all these videos and content where she was trying to keep the girls single. Where she was telling the girls that she didn't believe in marriage, she didn't want to be married. And as much as you would want to be mad at the content creator for saying one thing and doing another, which a lot of content creators do, you really need to be mad at yourself for falling for it. You need to check your discernment. I didn't always said it. If you watch somebody and you enjoy content from a person who is extremely biased, this person clearly has an agenda, whether it be hating men, hating women. They get on this app every day and push the same post in a different format every single day about not liking the other gender. And you don't find that suspicious? You need to be mad at yourself for being stupid. You need to be mad at yourself for hating men or women so much that you allowed your discernment to go completely out the window and allowed yourself to be manipulated by some dummy on TikTok.
If you've been hurt by a guy or by a relationship, the best thing to do is not to cut off the opposite gender, because guess what? You still want to be in a relationship. I'm assuming that's why you're listening to her. But because you do not want to come to terms with the possibility that you did something wrong, or you were part of the reason why you fell for the stuff in the first place, you're going to keep yourself in a constant cycle of misery, heartbreak, and pain.
The reason you see people like MJ Gray changing their mind about marriage is because there's really not a lot of good alternatives to getting married. I think a lot of the talking points on social media about how women are just so much happier when they're single and unmarried, I'm not saying that can't necessarily be true, but I think for a lot of women it falls apart when you actually get off of social media and put yourself in real life scenarios.
A lot of people are sad, thinking that they're happy, or only pretend to put on a smiling face whenever they leave their house. But deep in their heart, in their private rooms, they are miserable and would rather continue to be distracted by their addictions, whether it's social media, whether it's attention. They'd rather be distracted by those distractions, by their addictions, rather than to improve on themselves, because self-improvement takes work and a lot of discipline. You're not MJ Gray, and hopefully you will never be like her. But that all depends on what you choose to do with yourself and what you choose to do with your life. Don't make a decision that you cannot be proud of. And if you have, choose to make better decisions starting from today.
Get some help.
Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. What do you guys think about MJ Gray? And what do you guys think about the people that are upset about the fact that she's now currently engaged? Do not forget to like and enjoy your day.
You're in your late 20s, early 30s, and suddenly everybody around you is getting married. Everybody around you is trying for a child. Or at least everybody has a long-term partner that they live with who monopolizes most of their time and energy. And so if you're a woman who wants to buck against that, and if you're a woman who wants to either be single entirely or not be in a traditional monogamous relationship, not follow the societal path, you have to figure out an alternative structure for yourself.
Engaging with influencers, content creators, when engaging with social media, you need to utilize discernment. And that has been a pillar of the things that I've said on this channel since its inception. You need to have discernment. If anything I've said had caused you to make major life decisions or to not make major life decisions, that's not a good sign. You need to make decisions for yourself for what is best for you.